Hey everyone, Alex Ionescu here. Welcome to Investor's Guide to the Galaxy. Why Meta stock went up 28% yesterday. Although before we start, if you find this video helpful, it would mean a lot to me if you crashed that like button and subscribe to my channel. It's totally free and takes just a split second. If you want to show more appreciation, consider subscribing to my Patreon. Now let's dive right into it. Meta platform stock price yesterday up almost 29%. It finished the day up 23%, year to date up 51%, past year down 20%, past 5 years up only 7%. The stock price went ballistic yesterday, going up 28% at some point. Why did the stock move this high in just one day? These are two reasons why. The company announced stock buybacks worth of $40 billion. That's huge. And Facebook reached 2 billion active users for the first time. Here is how Meta performed compared to Wall Street estimates. Q4 revenue $32.17 billion actual versus $31.65 billion expected. Advertising revenue $31.25 billion versus $30.86 billion expected. Adjusted earnings per share EPS $1.76 actual versus $2.26 expected. Facebook daily active users 2 billion versus 1.98 billion expected. Family of apps daily active users 2.96 billion actual versus 2.92 billion expected. Reality Labs operating loss $4.28 billion actual versus 3.99 billion expected.
All right, earnings alert here. Investors hitting the like button on Meta earnings, up 13+% after hours after the company released its fourth quarter earnings. Share buyback, revenue beat. Dan Howley here with the most surprising thing you saw in this report. What do investors like, sir?
Yeah, obviously the stock buyback is a big deal, but there's some numbers here that are pretty interesting, and I just want to go over them real quick. I think, obviously the Reality Labs, we have that operating loss of $4.28 billion, still plowing money into that endeavor. Whether or not that'll pay off, and if it does, when, we still don't know. But you look at the Reality Labs revenue was $727 million. It's better beat estimates. Family of apps revenue, that beat estimates. Advertising revenue, that beat estimates. So it's interesting to see that and as Sean previously pointed out, monthly active users missed on estimates, but not by too much. I think it's interesting the fact that we saw Snap, kind of with this dire warning yesterday of their next quarter, but Meta seeming to kind of pull it out of nowhere and do so well here by beating on both the top and bottom line.
Looks like a Snap problem, not a sector problem from what you're seeing right now.
Or it could be that Meta has managed to flesh out those problems with Apple's privacy changes, right? Yeah. Maybe they've gotten a hold of that, and Snap is still trying to work through that. Don't forget, Meta's been, investing more in AI. They're, really trying to compete better with TikTok as far as that recommendation algorithm. I got to tell you, I use Instagram, and it seems to be doing that, as well as TikTok does now to a degree. It might not be as sticky, and obviously kids are still more interested in TikTok than they are Facebook, where their uncles yell at each other, or Instagram, where their mom posts pictures of themselves. But I think it is a solid step up for them. I think for this quarter, just to see their advertising revenue really pick up again.
Brent Thiel is concerned about the magnitude of the stock move. It's not normal.
Was on Instagram and that had been giving them the accurate data of who you are and what you like, is only seen incredible targeting, which is what I want. I don't want to tell the system I'm 80 years old and I get a ad for a bathtub that the side of that bathtub opens. I don't need that yet. I will at some point, but I don't want to see that. So my point is, like, the initial people that were onboarding or surfing the platform, it wasn't maybe as good, but I think, look, it's only gotten better for me as a user. I think your reporter also mentioned his experience too. So those of us that have been using it are only finding what I would consider insane targeting, better targeting, and better ad placement than anyone. So if I care about the band or me or sports or whatever, like that's why I'm on the platform. And there's a lot of other platforms that do not give that to you. Snap is one of them. Just the usability is just not exciting. And so I think there's a lot of other social platforms that, you know, Facebook and others have said this, that their ability and their size and their scale to fight through the Apple changes, they'll come out on the other side. It feels like we're coming out on the other side of the tunnel right now. I just don't know if we're about to go into a tunnel that's dark because advertisers now start to pull back because of the macro through this year. And that's still the big, the big worry that we're keeping an eye on. And then again, the magnitude of the move now with the stock at 180. Now we're talking like, gains of pretty much outperforming almost any tech stock year to date. That's a concern, the magnitude of this move.
Let's see now this article here. Facebook now has 2 billion users. Almost 20 years in, Facebook is still growing. The social network has now 2 billion daily active users, Meta reported alongside its fourth quarter earnings. The report marks the first time Facebook, which added 16 million users last quarter, has reached 2 billion daily users. While Facebook isn't the first Meta-owned platform to reach 2 billion daily users, WhatsApp recently crossed 2 billion daily users. It does show that the company's biggest source of ad revenue is still growing, even while Meta has made significant cuts to its business in recent months. CEO Mark Zuckerberg alluded that the company's recent restructuring, which resulted in the elimination of more than 11,000 jobs, saying in a statement that our management team for 2023 is the year of efficiency. That's good to hear. So you have here the Facebook daily active user chart. As you can see, US and Canada and Europe are stagnating. The growth comes from Asia Pacific and the rest of the world. But while Meta's revenue has shrunk over the last year, the company's $32.2 billion in revenue for the last quarter of 2022 was still slightly better than expected, even as it was down 4% from last year. During a call with analysts, Zuckerberg suggested that Meta will continue to make cuts as it prioritizes efficiency. We are going to be more proactive about cutting projects that aren't performing or may not longer be as crucial, he said. The CEO also said that generative AI, artificial intelligence, would be a priority for Meta in the year ahead. Generative AI is an extremely exciting new area with so many different applications, Zuckerberg said. And one of my goals for Meta is to build on our research to become a leader in generative AI. Meta also continues to lose vast amounts of money on its metaverse investments. Reality Labs, the division overseeing its VR, AR, and metaverse projects, lost $4.3 billion in the fourth quarter of 2022 and nearly $14 billion for the whole year, Meta reported. And the company once again confirmed that it expects to lose even more money on Reality Labs in the year ahead. We still expect our full-year Reality Labs losses to increase in 2023, Meta CFO Susan Lee said, and we are going to continue to invest meaningfully in this area given the significant long-term opportunities that we see. I'd like to know your opinion on all of this. Please leave a comment below. If you like this video, please smash that like button so that other people like you see this video. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. I appreciate all of you that watch my videos. See you next time.